College Admission Secrets.
Welcome to the UC Admission Secrets training call. I am your host, Coach Tony. Welcome back to the free training session inside our Facebook group. Today is September 26, 2023, the final training of September as we move into Q4. Today's topic is about leadership and the UC process. Super excited to connect with you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. A few quick announcements. Number one, if you guys are interested in the VIP group, just text in. It's a free group. We text you guys direct access to these Zooms and replays. And I'm learning, I've been sharing a bunch of freebies with them as well too. So VIP gets that too. So if anyone here is interested in joining, just go ahead and text us UCVIP to 510-616-7212. You join our text notification. Again, you'll miss it for today, but tomorrow we'll be setting out the replay to the VIP folks. So if you're on this list, join tonight. You'll get the replay tomorrow. If you missed the replay, we'll send a text out on Friday with the replay and the freebies. So definitely join UCVIP to 510-616-7212. Second announcement, our college app intensive. This past weekend, we had our largest college app intensive literally in history. I think we had 20 students come, and we had essentially most of the coaches there. We have Coach Art, Coach David, myself, Coach Leanne. We had our student success advisors, Coach Celine, fly out. That was a really epic one. And we have our last college app intensive is upcoming weekend. For those like, what's a college app intensive? Is we had the theory, hey, what if we can help you start and finish your entire app in 2 days? So long as the students kind of did what we asked, they were coachable for the weekend, they pretty much got it done. If not, they just needed to fix grammar and stuff, and they were done as well too. So super proud of our students at the Irvine facility. This upcoming weekend, we're going to San Jose for our last event of the season. Our team has been traveling for 12 weeks straight doing this. So after this, take a little break. That's that for those who have signed up. I'll see you all. I'll be there as well too. I'll see you guys in San Jose's upcoming weekend for the intensive. For our juniors, if you want to pre-register your spot for next year, if you want to pre-register your spot for our next year's intensives, what we're going to do is we do a $97 deposit just to lock in your spot. You get 3 perks. Perk number 1, you lock in the current rate. These weekends are $500 a weekend. Next year, we're upping it just because supply and demand. We sold out so fast this year, and every weekend we're going to raise the prices, right? Supply and demand economics 101 right there. So if you want to grandfather yourself at the old rate, 97, and we'll honor that. The second perk is we like traveling, right? You guys like traveling. So as a result, we're going to see if we can host more cities in California. We might go out of California for the first time. You get to pick your top 3 cities. We're going to go off of these families, and we're going to create the lineup for next year's locations off of this group. And number 3, if you decide change your mind, we give you money back. Literally a 0 risk. So let's say you sign up, you pick the locations, but in 2 months, you're like, you know what? I'm not going to go. We'll give you your money back, but we'll still honor your location. So as that link to book it, if you guys want to do it, it will keep this link live till the end of the month. So go ahead and book that. The link will be good until the end of this month. So this week, and then we're going to close it off. Third announcement, we just launched our new math tutoring service. Again, separate thing, math tutoring service. So if anyone's taking AP Calc, AP Pre-Calc, Calc AB, Calc BC, Stats, we're offering a tutoring session, unlimited sessions. We have one session at 6 p.m., one session at 7 p.m. They're small groups, so max 6 students per group. Daily homework support. We're going to help you with the AP exams. So we have a pilot group going on. So when you guys want to get started, 2 weeks, free trials, test it out, see if it's a good fit. If it is a good fit, after that, it'll be $150 a month for unlimited sessions. Come as many times as you guys want, or as little time as you guys want. If you guys are interested, here's the link to go ahead and register for that. Go ahead and boom, tap that. You unlock a 2-week free trial. There's no credit card on that page either. So no credit card needed to start the free trial. And the last one is actually something brand new. This past weekend at our Irvine campus. Oh, by the way, we have a brand new Irvine campus. So our families past weekend was the very first group to see our new campus. They say it's beautiful. I do think so as well too. It's glass, everything. So we're interested in hosting. They say, hey, you should host more events. So we had the idea. We're brainstorming right now. So by the way, this is a guinea pig project. We're interested in doing something called a CAS chat, CAS College Admission Secrets chat. So what we were thinking is, what if we host an in-person group coaching session? maximum 10 families. So each family is student, parent. And then we're going to have half from our families for our coaching program, half from you guys, the public. So what it is each family will go one by one. It'll be a big circle, one by one, and you get to pick my brain. I'm going to be the host of this one. Pick my brain for 30 minutes straight per family, whatever you guys want. And I am at your disposal. We can help you plan out your classes for the rest of the next few years. We can help you pick your dual enrollment classes. If you came in for last week's training, I'll help you pick the exact classes I would recommend, the teachers you would recommend. I can help you start a personal project, which is something we teach our students a lot. I can teach you if you want to do an internship. I'll teach you our secrets on doing that. If you need to ask for letter, right, I'll teach you how to do that. Pretty much anything you want me to do, you have my disposal. And the thing is, it's a group session. So once we go family 1, we go family 2, 3, 4, all the way for all 10 families. We're trying it out. I can cover the cost of the room. The cost of the room is $1,000 divided by 10, $100 per family. I'll include lunch for everyone. And to try it out, it's our first time doing it. So if by the end of the day you did not feel it was worth the $100, let me know. I'll give you $100 back. Does that? We are planning on doing it September, October 7th from 9 to 3. And if this does well, if people like it, if people do it, we'll go ahead and plan more of these throughout the year and do more of these throughout the state. You can come to a closer location to where you guys are at. So if anyone's interested, go ahead and text Cast Chats to 510-616-7212. Again, that's Cast Chats to 510-616-7212. 1, 2. Let's go ahead and get started with today's training. So today's training is how important is leadership in the UC admissions process. Training right here, I have a doc that I'm going to go through. It's 13 pages long. So how important is leadership in the UC admissions process? First one is, I think, understanding what leadership is. So when we talk about leadership, it's not just about holding a title. I think that's what most families and most students think. Leadership means I have to be president. I have to be secretary. I have to be one of these fancy titles. And from the admissions process point of view, and in life, no, you don't need to have a fancy title to be a leader. So what we want to do is, for us, leadership, we define it as the ability to move people towards a shared vision. So for us, this is about influence, not by authority, by inspiration. If you guys think of your favorite leaders in the world, or for students, if you think of yourself as a leader, or you think of a leader that you deem as a leader, that's essentially what they're doing. Think about someone who make you feel empowered, those who believe in you, those who push you to excel. That's how we define it as leadership. Some of the core qualities that of a leader: 1, initiative. So leaders are proactive. They don't wait. They just make stuff happen. If you're thinking about starting a fundraiser, they just do it. They start off and they do it. They don't need to wait. They just go ahead and make that happen. Number 2, empathy. So with them, they are understanding, caring, and they resonate with other people. Again, leadership involves understanding others and understanding the team and then making sure everyone feels valued. Number 3, again, teamwork. I kind of tease a little bit. It's not just a one-person thing. That is not teamwork. That is not leader. That's just you. That's a solo. So they value everyone in the organization. As a result, teamwork makes the dream work. So here's a few myths about leadership that a lot of families have said to me during our conversations. I just kind of compiled it in here. People say leadership is inherent. Oh man, that person is going to be a leader because that's just who they are. Kind of true. Some students are just natural leaders, but you can develop it. You can develop leadership skills. Your child can develop leadership skills and become a better leader as a result of that, right? It's a mix of nature and nurture, right? You can be born with it. At the same time, you can also grow that in yourself. Leaders always lead. People think leaders always take charge. Think about in school projects. Think about in clubs. The leader's not always in the very front. Sometimes they lead from the back. Sometimes they let others shine in the process. Next one, only the top positions hold leaders as well. And again, for us, we're going to talk about that today. It's not just the president. It's not just the founder. That's the stereotypical when you think leader. That's what you think of. I'm here to tell you, a lot of students are leaders without knowing about it. Something we can share. UCs are looking for leaders. I think your child already is a leader without them knowing it. Today, we're going to talk about that as well. Number 2, leadership in different contexts. Here's a few different areas where leadership can come up and show itself. So first one, the very typical one, this is the default, by the way, when you think of leadership, is club and organization leadership. For example, like I mentioned, the president, the chairperson, the founder, but it's not just that person at the very top. Examples of it, treasurer. As a treasurer, you manage the finances, you budget for events, you ensure the transparency of the funds. That's leadership in that space. The secretary, the person who just quote unquote take notes, is literally the backbone of the communication. They organize the meetings, they ensure everyone is informed. That's leadership. You're coordinating the event, the person who makes the event smooth, the logistics, the coordination, the troubleshooting, all of these is peer leadership as well, right? So that's the most typical form of leadership you guys probably think of. When I say leadership, boom, that's what you guys think of. But there's more different opportunities. Next thing, if you're the student or if you're the parent, is your kid in sports, football, soccer, I'm blanking out on sports, basketball, tennis. Anyone here compete? Does your child compete in any competition? The robotics competitions, the decathlon competitions, or are they in like orchestra, band, any of these other like musical kind of groups? Leadership is not just about the captain or the lead player. Here's a few things to think about. Is your child, or if you're the student, are you a mentor to others? Are you helping out people on your team, sharing tips, sharing experiences? That's a form of leadership. Initiative. Did you, hey, you realize we're not that great? Let's practice a little extra tonight. Let's practice a little extra this weekend. Let's come up with new strategies for us to do. Let's support everyone as well. You can support from the sideline. That's an act of leadership. And there's also people behind the scenes. Those of you guys in theater, you guys know that literally people behind the curtains literally make it happen. People who go behind, those who arrange music sheets. Their roles are subtle, but again, imagine without them, things wouldn't work out. So leadership in terms of form of a team. The next form of leadership comes in the form of community. It's not just school. It could be outside. When we talk about activities for the college applications, it's not just clubs or sports at your school. Think broader. Think, how is your child spending their time? If they're at home, if they're at their community, if they're at a community center, at their church, any community forms of leadership. For example, volunteering, either them starting or them helping organize a cleanup, reading session, charity drive, or raising a social awareness on issues, mobilizing those around, using on social media. It doesn't have to be in person. It could also be on the internet. Next one, in the classroom, you can still show leadership. That's correct. So one, group projects. If your child has, or you are the student, if you have, you know what, guys, let me take lead here. You're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing that. They're taking responsibility. They're ensuring everyone's voice is there. They're making sure everyone does what they need to be doing. Leadership demonstrated in a group project. Discussions in school, the students are talking about subjects, learning from each other as well. What if they're jumping up and helping facilitate these discussions? Another one is support roles, studying groups. I mentioned this a lot. We are humans. As a result, because we're humans, we like to socialize. Some of us do not. But who we are as the animal of the human, you like people. If there's no people, we wouldn't thrive as well. Study groups is a big thing. Organizing these study groups, organizing these sessions for them to learn, that's leadership. Number three, here's ways to demonstrate leadership. Okay, here's a few ways, tactical ways. Number one, initiative. Does your child or do you take that first step? Think about a time that you needed to change or improve something. Did you wait or did you actually do something about it? The time that you actually did something, boom, leadership. Did you think about creating a service project or a new club or proposing an idea? None of these kind of people think that I got to start a club as the only way of doing it. No. What if in your existing groups, you create a new angle, a new way of thinking about something? That's also leadership. In terms of mentorship, AKA guiding others. When you got your kids are in clubs, you're in clubs, you have that new member. It is September, which means now people are starting to join clubs for the first time. If you are a sophomore, junior, senior, and you see a new person, that was you literally a year, 2-3 years ago. Imagine how you have felt if there was someone guiding you in. Maybe that there was somebody. Now's your time to kind of pay it forward, helping the new members navigate. Academic, you can help someone tutor a subject that they need help at that you're good at, or sharing experiences. Mentorship is really, really big. Sharing knowledge so everyone learns. We call it like, let's not reinvent the wheel every time, because if I know stuff, let's just share it out. Imagine if these calls weren't here, this Facebook group wasn't here. I'm like, you guys figure it out. And all these other Facebook groups and all these communities, all these forums aren't here. Every family needs to start from scratch and figure it out every single time. Our goal is to give you here. Here's what we learned. The idea is stand on the shoulder of giants, take their knowledge and go elevate that to the next level for you. Next one, conflict resolution. Because we're humans, there's always going to be issues. Being mediators for things, again, it's really definitely hard for a high school age, but this is where I think leadership stands really big. A lot of our students like to talk about this in their college essays and their responses. Hey, being a mediator, not really picking sides, but more of helping students out. Next thing, collaboration. You can only do things so big by yourself, but to make things bigger, like again, good example is our program. You guys see me, I was solo for a very long time until we brought in Coach Art, until we brought in Coach David, until we have Coach Celine, Coach Leanne, Coach Chloe, Coach Sonia, all our coaches. And as a result, our families love it. Our families love the different perspectives that everyone kind of brings. Everyone loves the different formats and like the speed now, right? With all of us in, you're getting responses so much faster than just one person. Again, teamwork makes the dream work. And role modeling, showing others how it's supposed to be done, right? So your work ethic, that's gonna be a big one. So the big thing, here's the tactical, the more tactical things, right? How do you make it visible? How do you show somebody that you are a leader? So here, one, put it on your activities section or put it on your resume. Your resume is more than a list, it's a story. This is a big one, good stuff right here. When you're talking about activities, focus on the achievement and impact instead of listing roles. I see so many students just write, I am president, I am secretary, I am squad leader, I am captain. Doesn't tell me anything. Think about this. Hey, treasurer of XYZ club versus, hey, I manage and allocate a $5,000 budget for this club leading to 3 successful events. That's way stronger than the first section right over here. This works on your resume, and for our seniors 2024, this is perfect for the activity sections on your application. They want this. They want the metrics and the impact of what that thing is. I don't really care that you are treasurer versus the second part provides me the context of this. Next one, you want to use action verbs, spearheaded, orchestrated, champions. You can Google this. If people want, we can create a quick resource of like action verbs that are really good. Next one, right? You want to group things that are similar together. So again, for the resumes for high school students, you probably don't have a lot of like jobs. You don't have a lot of things. A good section for you guys, it could be called leadership, because in high school, you do have leadership, right? You have leadership. You can kind of break it down from there as well. Next piece, letters of recommendation. Just a heads up, specifically UCs, there is no direct asking for letters of rec from the very beginning, so I don't want to confuse anyone. However, some of you who are applying to the UCs may be asked to give letters of rec. So for those of you who are seniors right now, you could be applying sometime in December and January. You may, not everyone will, but you may receive a request to say, hey, we would like to see a few letters of rec. Those are not optional. You should definitely do that. The reason why they ask you, you're kind of on the border. You need something to kind of push you over to the yes pile. So letters of rec are really strong in that regard. Those of you who are applying to outside schools, like the common application, the coalition application, you know that like they're going to ask you for teacher recommendations, counselor recommendations, and so on. And those applying to scholarships, they'll be asking you for some recommendations. But when it comes to letters of rec, pick people who know your leadership experience. It could be an advisor, a coach, community leader, a teacher. Here's my good pro tip. Give them stuff. Don't just have the recommender guess and trust them that they'll be good. No, I tell all our students, you got to give them what you want them to write about. Definitely provide them with the things they should talk about. And the college essays and responses, really big section, right? So this, your essays or responses, I purposely got to say responses because of the UCs, again, we don't have essays. So their responses are the window into your experiences, your values, and your aspirations. What you want to do is you want to narrate your stories that showcase your journey. Instead of just saying you're a leader, show them that you're a leader through real life, like that example. However, those who have been to our intensives know that that's just one piece of the puzzle. It's a little piece of the puzzle. What's really important is the second part, which is good. Seniors, write this down. This is very important for you. Reflect on it. What did you face? What did you learn? And how have they shaped who you are and or your aspiration, your goals? Because that's what the readers really care about. We don't really care kind of what you did. We care about who you are. One of the things I talked to a mom earlier today is when it comes to what you do, it changes. So what your child did, and even you, think about you as a person, what you did in middle school is sometimes different than what you did in high school. What you did in high school is typically different than what you did in college, which is different than what you did in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s. It changes. However, who you are doesn't really change. You're still the same real person from back then till today. And that's the key. Readers want to know who you are, not really what you've done, because what you've done can continue or it can't continue. So that's the biggest thing there. And digital presence, showcasing this online. I've been telling students, LinkedIn is a great resource. The professional Facebook, you're going to use that a lot in college. You can showcase your leadership publicly on LinkedIn. You can create a portfolio website. Keep in mind, the UCs, by the way, do not want any links to this stuff. This is more for you to acquire things along the journey, but not really to show directly like, hey, UCs, check this out. They even said clearly, no links. And you can engage in communities and forums with that and showcasing your leadership experience and commitment. And that's it. Right, that is it for the process there. I'm gonna stay out and do some extra private Q&A with our Zoom folks. Someone's asking how much does it cost to have a coaching program. It's super cool. We offer a lifetime model, meaning if you join as a 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th graders, you pay the exact same price. Because of that, I highly recommend if you're earlier, if you're younger, definitely jump in and jump on a quick chat with us. Book a free chat, 15 minutes, see if it's a good fit. On that call, I'm not going to sell you anything. You can't even buy something if you wanted me to. I just want to see where you guys are at, give you guys some feedback, some coaching. And then if you're interested, let me know at the end. We'll book a follow-up call and then I'm going to sell you. In terms of prices, you're looking at between $3,000 to $8,000. That's kind of the coaching program investment for the entire thing. So if you join as a senior, $3,000 to $8,000. If you join as a freshman, $3,000 to $8,000, you get 4 years versus the 1 year. So that's going to be the big thing there. So yeah, pay once. We only pay once. You can add the LinkedIn in the application for the UC app. No. Again, this is for leadership in general. How do you make yours not sound like everyone else? Many people learn about themselves. One thing, I'm going to burst everyone's bubble, right? Burst everyone's bubble right now. You're not really special. No one's really special, right? Your activities that you do is not really like drastically different. It's very, I like this past weekend, I read one student's app that I was like, whoa, that's different. Everyone else is kind of like a copycat of a prompt I read a long time ago, or every year I hear same prompts. So as a result of that, readers don't really care kind of what you did. The key, the focus is the impact on you. That's gonna be the most important thing. That you can't replicate. That you can't really copy through anyone else. So again, so don't focus on say, hey, how do I do something to make myself stand out? No, the readers don't really care about what you do. They care about who you are and who you became. That's going to be the biggest thing. So definitely focus on that specifically. Okay, but great question. Example, we pay in 10th grade. It renews to 12th. Yeah, our coaching program, you pay once and we take care of you till graduation day. That's pretty much it. If you start 10th grade is our most popular grade to join. It's actually 10th grade. Second most popular is 9th grade, which I think should be the most popular grade to join. Then 11th and 12th. If you're a VIP, do you need to pre-register for next year's seminar? If you're in our coaching program, you don't need to pre-register for next year. You already get first dibs. So we give our coaching families the process itself. Did you say not drop a link? Correct. You don't drop a link, right? So there's no links on the UC app. On the Common app, I don't remember the exact verbiage there, but on the UC app, definitely no link there. Is there something that has too much leadership? No, there's no thing that's having too much leadership. However, right, keep in mind, what's the impact of each one? If you're at sales just collecting leadership roles, right, what's the impact of that? Nothing saying, hey, you're a super rock star that just went and did a bunch of stuff and people recognize you as the leader and a great leader. That's the other thing. I was wondering how I would put it on my Common app or impact to show how you're doing that. Again, metrics. What'd you do? What'd you accomplish? How many numbers? I led my group of 20 people. I led 20 people in my group. Metrics is probably the biggest thing when it comes to the application itself. Coaching families, you don't need to book for next year's VIP, for our next year's intensive. You guys already get first dibs. Do you only coach for UCs for all the colleges? We do all schools. The common link between our programs is that everyone applies to at least one UC. But if you're aiming for a school like a Berkeley, LA, which are our two most popular ones, they're going to end up applying to a lot of schools too. That's why a lot of our kids apply to Stanford, they apply to USC, a lot of the other private schools in California. And also we have the Ivy batch, kids who are interested in the Ivies and out-of-state schools, NYU. Answer, do we coach? It is yes. Do you think the PIQs will be the same as last year? I am 99.9% sure it will stay the same because they haven't changed it in years. And I don't foresee them changing in years. Where to mention TA course on the UC app, you can put it, if your school categorizes it as a class on the A through G requirements, guys, some schools do, you can check UCOP articulation. Look up your school, Google that, there'll be a website. If TA falls under area G, then you can put it under your academics. If it's not there and you want to share it, you can put it under the activity section under additional coursework, or you can put it under academic comments on the UC app. So tons of areas you can potentially put that. Regarding the 9% being accepted to the UCs, is it based on weighted, unweighted? I'm not 100% sure, but keep in mind, right, that's TLC is you're quote unquote guaranteed a spot if the UC still have space. Meaning, most likely the school that's going to be that school, the school that allows people to register, if they have room, is Merced. That's pretty much what that means, right? It's not like, hey, I'm top 9%, I'm going to UCLA. That's not how it works. And you didn't get into any other school if Merced has space. If you're top 9%, if you didn't get into any schools, they'll offer you admissions there. And if not, there will be a scenario, which I think is going to come soon, where Merced is also going to be starting to get competitive. As a UC as a whole, as a system as a whole, it keeps going up and up every single year. So eventually that rule is going to kind of not be as demonstrated as before. Do you look at the essays during intensive weekend? The answer is yes. We go through the whole thing and just answer and fix everything. You get one-on-one time with all the coaches who are there as well too, which is actually super fun. We each give you like feedback. All of us give different feedback. Like for me, for those who have come here and know to talk to me, I do big concepts. As a reader's point of view, that's pretty much all you need. The rest is like tiny minor things. But like each of our coaches have different things that they kind of focus on. So once you go to all the coaches at once, you'll see, wow, you have a really strong, solid prompt there. If you're an advantage coaching student, do you need to put a deposit down? No, do not put a deposit down. You're adding extra work for us. So no, our Discord, we have a poll for you to go directly to help us pick the locations for next year. And what's the difference between coaching family and VIP? We have a VIP text notification list that's free. You get text of the Zoom links, the replays, any freebies, anything else that we send out. The coaching families are in our coaching programs. Our goal is essentially we kind of virtually hold your hand through the entire process towards success. That's kind of the difference there. Coaching program costs money. VIP is free. Interested in a coaching program? Go book a chat with us. 15-minute session. If we feel we can help you guys out, we'll bring you to the next call. If we can't, we'll say, I'm sorry, we can't. How do you get the quiet or shy kid to lead? Again, today's topic was a big key for that. It doesn't mean they have to stand in the front. You don't have to lead by being super loud. You can still be a leader from the back or different roles. Everyone has a role that can be perceived as leadership. So that's the biggest thing there. Is it preferred to hold a leadership in community groups or school just as strong? Everything relative, right? Everything is contextual. What do you care more and this and that as well too? Do you coach UCs or colleges? Every school. I work every weekend. Do you do the boot camp? I like the final read. MP, send me a Facebook message or text me or however you want to contact me. We have a college essay service where we can help you edit your essays. It's more for seniors. How do you showcase leadership if you don't have a title? Again, that's what we talked about today. You don't need a title as well. It's the actions and the impact of what you did. You don't need titles. That's formal roles of leadership. Everything I've talked about today was informal roles. Doing things that people don't think about as leadership quality, leadership titles, doing those, that's all still leadership. Does it include a student for the call? Oh, for the breakthrough session. You can. Your students' college goals, career goals, academics, and activities, you're good. If you want to bring the student on, bring them on. If you don't, up to you. Both are good. Is the recording available? VIP, if you're part of VIP, we're sending the replays tomorrow. If not, we'll be emailing it out later this week for everyone. What if you don't hold leadership role? How do you showcase that? I'm sure you do. Just kind of be a little creative and figure out what that looks like for your family. Is it better to have a real job, community service? They're both the same, quote unquote the same in terms of like how you view it. We have families who want their kids to have a job. Some parents don't want their kids to have a job. You're saying one goose better than the other? No. So it's up to you. I'm sure it both comes with what it is. I had a job in high school. I also did community service in high school as well. I did both. Which one's better? They're both good. There's nothing that's better than the other. I see kids getting to UCs like Berkeley and waitlist at Davis and Irvine. How's my student prevent this from happening? He left all the UCs. Do you need to reach out to someone specific in the program to make sure they understand that you are serious about attending the UC? The UCs don't care because there's so many people applying to them. Every school looks at the same criteria. Some schools look at some certain criteria a little differently. Berkeley admits by college, UCI admits by major. What that means is that if you're applying to a certain major, at Berkeley, you're not applying to that major. You're applying to the college that the major is housed under. UCI, though, you're applying specifically to that major. And if you don't get in, you don't get into that major. And then they're capped majors for UCI, for example. If you don't get in, you can't get in on the second try. People like, let me do a random major and apply in. That doesn't work with UCI. That might be a case. Can a supervisor write their letter rec? If they can, go for it. If they ask for, I want a teacher, then you need a teacher. But if they, ask for letter rec, supervisor works as well too. All right. That's it for this call. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. It's been a pleasure. It's been a blast, you guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Next Tuesday, I'm going to tease you guys so fast. We're going to go over one of the best PIQs I've read as a first draft. The best first draft I've read this year. See you guys soon. Bye.